Hey guys, Nemesis Z here, bringing a Super Flat Water World. And, well, today, we're getting lava, currently. I've, drained this massive lake, as you can tell. And then, I've slowly been working on the next one over here. But, yeah, I've been, doing some AFK. I did some AFK before work, well, before work, after work, during work, kind of stuff. Basically getting the blocks placed and made, and so otherwise we are at 8 million netherrack mined, and then that's times used, picked up, crafted. So I mean, still crafting away on the nether brick. So, figure why not. But, yeah, like I said, I'm just slowly working on this stuff. Last week, I skipped an episode because, well, I had a headache for 2 days in a row. Not one to, like, take aspirin or anything like that. I really try my best to not take medications. I'm just not a fan of taking things that, you know, aren't naturally, you know, made. So, I mean, I had to take some, you know, take some aspirin finally. First day, I mean, it's like it just wouldn't go away. Got home, took some aspirin, went to sleep, stuff like that. Woke up, still had a headache. It came back. And so I was like, that's annoying. Basically, it's like, I got off work, took some more aspirin, and it's like, do I even bother doing a video with, you know, the headache that won't go away? Like, nah, didn't feel like it, so here we are. I'm making another one the next week. Feels like my sound has been turned up. Options, music. No, nothing's been turned up. Don't know what's going on. Just seems a little loud. At least with the buckets. Yeah, it's a little quieter, but not much. But, yeah. Anything going on at work? Yeah, a few different things. Last Wednesday. Well, we're going to start with Tuesday. Because, well, repeat offender. Tuesday. See this, gal. She's got, you know, some friends with her. It's like, whatever. Well, the friends are drinking. And she's doing the whole, you know, like sitting in front of the beer and stuff. It's like she's eating and she's reaching over, and I'm like, did she just do what I think she did when she reached over, you know, like grabbed the nachos to, you know, eat them? It's like, did I think I saw her drink? Not sure. Sit there, getting a spot where I can try to see her. Pretty sure she sees me, because she's on the other side of a wall, and there's neon signs there. Well, if you're on the other side, the, you know, the back black side of the neons, you're obviously going to be able to look over and see somebody sitting on the lighter side. So I'm like, dang it. So I try to get into another angle to see her, and at one of the points, obviously I catch her. I think I caught her in a mirror or something like that. And so I'm like, alright, walk up, hey, ID? No. And I'm looking at her, she's already like drunk, it seems like. So I'm like, great. Well, no ID, you get to leave. She's just like, okay. The guy's just like, oh, well, whatever. So she leaves. That's the end of the, pretty much that night. It was just pretty much just standing around, BSing and just watching. That was about it. And then Wednesday night comes along. She comes back in and like pretty much talking to the other guard and the manager, and it's like, oh, bet she'll do it again. And they're like, nah, she won't do it. She got kicked out once. She's not gonna do it again. Nah. I'm like, all right, whatever you say. Basically, comes, towards, basically it's like 1:30. The guard usually goes home about then, because we're usually pretty dead about then on the weekdays. So he goes home, and basically, I've already overheard her like telling this guy that she's with now, like, oh, 'cause basically she holds out her wrist, puts her other hand around it, and I can hear her over the music. She's talking loud. I mean, so loud I can hear her, so basically across the room. And talking about, oh, I got caught, I need a wristband, blah, blah, didn't have my ID yesterday. It's like, oh, okay, maybe she's, maybe they're right, maybe she's smart. I'm like, I'm still gonna go with my gut, though. And, I'm sitting there talking. Guy orders a, tall beer. I'm like, alright, whatever. He's been ordering tall beers all night, so this is like number 3. I'm like, whatever. And, sure enough, she sits at an angle. I'm like, did she just do that again? And she's sitting at an angle where it's hard to see. I'm like, alright, well, I use the shadow on the wall of, of her sitting there. It's like, okay, looking at the shadow, watching that. Sure enough, she picks up the beer. You can see the reflection. Like, all of a sudden you see shadow puppet, kind of dark glass, something being picked up that's a little lighter but darker than normal. It's like, gotcha. Walk up, I'm like, hey, you have an ID tonight? No. Beware again. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna kick you out. And next time I see you, I'm gonna call the cops and serve you with no trespass. And, yeah. She's obviously not the brightest, so whatever. Sure enough, tonight, which would be Tuesday night, usually, like I said, I always record the early Wednesday mornings when I can for this, but yeah, sure enough, she comes back in, and I look at the manager's there. I'm like, dude, she's back in here. She's like, what? No, she's not. I'm like, yeah, she's in the bathroom. And it's like, is she by herself? Like, no, she's with these, with the guys at the thing. Basically, like, at one point, I'm already, I'm talking low, and they're literally behind me. I'm like, they didn't know I was talking about them, but it's like, all right, whatever. And so I'm pretending that I didn't see her. So I'm standing there where I can see out the corner of my eye the bathroom door, but I'm not looking directly at it. 'Cause I got pretty good peripheral vision and pretty good hearing. The manager likes testing me every now and again. And he's sitting there and he's like, he waves her to the bar, and he's telling her what's going to happen. It's like, you can leave tonight, or basically tells her, it's like, oh, here's the thing, you're not 21. We know this. Obviously, you can't pronounce. You're driving. Somehow, could be illegal, not legal, whatever. Because yes, you have to have a license to drive, but if you don't get pulled over, you don't have to have a license to drive, kind of thing. It's one of those things. If you get caught, you're screwed. If you don't get caught, well then, you really didn't need that license. And so always carry your license, no matter where you are, especially if you're going out drinking, anything like that, or just even being around town. Because you never know when somebody's going to ask you for your ID. And so he's basically telling her, it's like, yeah, same thing. I'm like, oh, well, what'd you tell her? He's like, oh, I asked her, it's like, did my guard tell you not to come back? Oh, yeah. Well, here's what's going to happen. Basically, told her, it's like, well, next time you come in, I'm going to serve you with no trespass. Do you know what that means? She's like, no. It's like, what the no trespass means is you're going to get a piece of paper. The cops are going to come in. They're going to fill out this piece of paper. We're going to sign it, you're going to sign it. And what happens is, when you come back in, and we call the cops, and they come out, they may or may not arrest you, or they will fine you. So, basically you get a ticket, or you go to jail, depending on the discretion of the officer. And, you know, depends on the what we tell them, because, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like one of the guys that I've, you know, dealt with in the past, he pulled his junk out. Like I told the officers this, get sloppy drunk, pulled his junk out, you know, he went to jail. I don't know what episode that is when I told all that, but yeah, it's one of them. And, so it's like, it can happen, just like the one guy that we hit with a no trespass, served him, he came back, they gave him, the officers at the time ticketed him, so either way, I mean, I don't know how much the ticket is, but it's like unwanted, you know, money disappearing kind of thing. It's like, you really want to pay a ticket? No, nobody wants to pay tickets. So, but anyways, speaking of last Wednesday, that's when, you know, when she came back in the second time, but later that night, even, you know, after dealing with her, well, actually before dealing with her, two gals and a guy come in. It's like, whatever, not a big deal. Guy decides to go get a picture. I'm like, oh, I already know this, where this is going. It's like, sit there, watching, waiting. And, so I'm like, oh, I think she just drank. Like I always do. I always give them the first one. Like, you get the first sip. You know, I don't always do it, but I do it more often than not. And it's like, oh, second one, here we go. So I'm watching the mirror, I'm like waiting for it. Sure enough, she's pounding the beer. She's not sipping anymore. It's like, gotcha. So I walk up, I'm like, hey, do you have an ID? Like, does it look like I got a purse? I'm asking for an ID. It's like, does it look like we brought in purses? It's like, I don't care if you brought a purse or not. I'm asking for an ID. So here's the thing: since you can't pronounce, you know, since you're saying you don't have an ID, I gotta ask you to leave. It's like, what? It's like, and then basically, you know, her male friend is like, well, isn't your ID in this? And a purse out of nowhere. A wild purse appears. Like, really? You're gonna lie to me? I bet that's your purse, because he's saying, oh, it's like, isn't your ID in this? It's like, obviously it must be your purse. Oh, dum. It's like, yeah, you can leave. On her way out, you know, basically because they were playing darts, and on their way out, she's like, well, I like the other guards better anyways. I'm like, just don't come back then. It's like, I don't care who you like, dislike, or not. Obviously, you probably like the other guards because they're probably not paying attention to you. So, what happens on the weekends? Happens on the weekends. It's like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Where's the... There's the invisible lava. But, yeah, it's like... People... Then Sunday, walk in, and got people kind of like, you know, the other guards looking at me funny, the bartender's acting weird. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, should I even clock in? Should I just walk out the door? And it's like, oh no, you're in the building, you gotta clock in, you gotta do stuff. It's like, what's going on? So, you know, I clock in, I'm like, crazy lady. New crazy lady I've never seen before. So I'm like, great. So I guess they'd already called the cops. Guess she came in Saturday. Just walks up, you know, just walking up to people, grabbing their beer, stuff like that kind of thing. It's like, huh? So, you know, it's like, so I guess, you know, that was all going down. She comes in Sunday. Well, she was told on Saturday not to come in, you know, come back. like, okay, she'll obviously be back again and again and again. So, you know, we're waiting for the cops. She leaves. It's like, okay, great. I was like almost tempted to like, hey, did you call the cops and tell them to not come? And so the manager's like, no, I didn't. Like, oh, cool. Because basically she'd just walked back in the door, and it was like, I don't know, she was there for hour and a half, and then disappeared for like 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and then came back with a coat. It's like, okay, so she's twerking and dancing, whatever. And I guess Saturday, when they were dealing with her, you know, like with the drinking and all that, without a wristband, she's like, I can drink what I want, you know, basically do what I want. And it's like, I work for the officers, and I know the cops, and I know people in the government, and it's like, okay. It's like, I know people, you know people, and I'm working. It's like, okay, you're nuts. Great, got it. And so, you know, I didn't hear any of this other than, you know, hearsay. So it's like, okay. So now I'm stuck waiting for the cops. Cops finally show up. One of the tournament director sits there and says, "Oh, cops are out back." It's like, what? They're shining, you know, a light on this lady. It's like, you know, you guys called the cops on her. It's like, oh yeah. Well, she's sitting there and she tells the officers that she'd called the cops on the other guard who she thought was the manager, and because she's like, well, can you go in there and tell the guy with the red hat to come back on, you know, come out here, I need to talk to him. It's like, what? It's like, okay. So I walk in and tell him, it's like, hey, she wants to talk to you. He's like, I ain't going out there. I'm like, I just told her, you know, I'd tell you. And the officer comes in. She's like, well, she said she'd call the cops. Like, basically, yeah, she flipped the script real quick. Said she called the cops on him because he was a pedophile, a pimp, and all-around horrible person. Right. Known this man for a couple years now? No. None of the above. And basically, you know, the officer comes in and is like, well, I don't know who the manager is, blah, blah. She's saying the manager is this. And it's like, well, the manager, he speaks up and goes, oh, well, I'm the manager. And even the guard, even the officer was like, oh, they, you know, we clarify who the manager is and all that. And he's like, oh, I have no idea either. I guess he didn't really pay attention, or he just didn't care who the manager was, just as long as the paper got signed and all that stuff. So she was basically saying the manager was the worst person in the world, and then, you know, officer comes back in, is like, oh, points to the manager, and goes, oh, well, apparently you own 20 prostitutes. Oh, okay. And apparently what she was saying that we run a outside bar, serve drinks to children, all kinds of stupid crap. It's like, yeah, all stuff that's not real, because if we serve drinks to children, officers would be out there a little quicker. They'd be out there a lot more often, and we wouldn't have a liquor license. But whatever. Crazy people. And apparently she was back earlier on, well, this morning, Tuesday morning, getting water. It's like, oh, I'm just getting water. It's like, yeah, you're not supposed to be here. Yeah, I know. Well, you're not leaving fast enough. Well, it's like, she's crazy. She'll be back. I figured she'd be back the next day. It's like, oh, surprisingly not. It's like, I figured a little wrong, but usually I'm not too wrong about when people come back. It's like, yeah, people are not the brightest. Not saying all people are stupid, I'm just saying in general people are stupid. Mass majority. But yeah, that's about it. That's all that's really happened. Otherwise, I've just been doing this. I mean, I've only almost completed another fourth of the mega chunk roof with the nether brick, so I got like, I don't know how many rows left, but enough to, I think I have enough brick to finish it off, which is like 4 chests worth. It's currently cooked up from the AFK session today, so with the heat and all that, I'm trying to not put my PC on too long. I mean, if you hear it right now, if you're paying attention that much, you probably hear the fan, because it's not in the desk, because I pulled it out, because, well, the desk is against the wall, and the, you know, it's an enclosed cabinet, basically, so it's like, there's no backing to the cabinet, except for like an inch away from the wall, but it's still not enough airflow from the back, so it just kind of circulates the hot air through the whole system, and yeah, it's just not good for the PC. So, and even though I was even sitting right next to it, I'm pretty warm. Cause I remember, I don't know what happened. I forget what happened. I moved phone line or something. Yeah, I think it was the phone line, and it was before this desk. I was trying to get, yeah, I was in the middle of getting another desk, I think. So I had my roll top desk that was in my room, and so I moved everything into my room and playing games there and all that way before recording and all that, and but you know, before I ever even started that. So I'm sitting there and playing EQ or whatever, and I'm literally cooking myself because the amount of heat that was in the room. Oh my god! It's like that room only has a fan. My bedroom only has a fan in it. It's like, yeah. It's like the room that PC's in now. It's got 2 fans, but they never turn on because it's, well, they're at like eye level for me almost. Well, they're top of my head level, and I don't feel like haircuts that are unwanted. I'm enjoying my long hair right now, which kind of got that Fabio hair look going on. You can laugh it, look it up, whatever, I don't care. But I'm also not, you know, not putting it in a bow tie, not anything like that. I don't have man bun, because I'm not a weird hippie freak, whatever. And if you're a person with a man bun, more power to you. If you think it's great, good. If you're not, well then, glad you don't have a man bun. I don't know what to say. Just, man buns are just wrong. It's like they're cultural based. I'm not saying, you know, you shouldn't pay homage to other cultures, but I'm just saying it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, if you're not Japanese, Asian descent of some sort, you really shouldn't have a man bun. Even the Japanese, you know, even the Asian descent folks don't have buns anymore. I mean, for the most part, that I know of, that I've seen. They got the little faux hawks a lot now, so it's one of those things where it's like you see these white guys and they got this full beard, and it's like, that's awkward. Just looks weird. I'm just sorry. It's just one of those things. I just guess I'm just not that hip or a hipster. That's what they look like. Yeah, 'cause that's what they are. But yeah. Anyways, thinking of that, I still need to fill the rest of these up, so I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I'm gonna do any digging tonight, because I know I gotta render this, and usually it's the Minecraft videos that take longer. So, anyways, guys, let me get out of this thing. I don't want to be. Yeah, otherwise this is old chunks back when I used mushrooms to get around and figure out my way in the nether before I can memorize it in my head. But anyways, guys, hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll be back for another. I know I got more stories. So until next time, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You guys be safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.